It's a good old-fashioned Riley Friday, July 11th on the Sleepers podcast. The trio is back together, the Holy Trinity, as some describe it. Riley, which member of the Holy Trinity do you think you are if we are the Holy Trinity?
Okay, I'm not gonna say I am one of them because that feels borderline blasphemous, but let's say some similarities maybe. For some, they're all equal, so for some reason comparing myself to Jesus just doesn't feel right. So I would go
There's
with the
there's one very obvious correct answer here to I think which one of us each is in the Holy Trinity. Do you want to say it, Car? If he doesn't want to blaspheme, I feel like we could.
Yeah, I'll blast him. Riley would be the father. Greg is the son. I am the Holy Spirit.
Wow, that's not my answer for the record, but
Is Riley the Holy Spirit?
so you're definitely the Holy Spirit. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I think Carter is the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Carter is the Holy Spirit. I think I'm technically the father of sleepers, I feel like. And I feel like Riley definitely has the most Jesus-like tendencies. Like he's the chosen one that was brought to save the show every Friday, you know?
That does kind of align.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's I guess Jesus spoke a lot publicly. I speak a lot publicly. I teach from up front. But let me be clear. Let me be unequivocally clear. I am not comparing myself to Jesus. I just try to be like Jesus.
I respect that. You do a good job of it, by the way, Riley. I give you credit. Can I ask you a personal question?
What's up?
How close are you with your pastor?
So that's actually a really good question. My church has three pastors who sort of all actually no, right now they have four pastors who alternate who preaches. I would say I'm pretty good friends with all four. There's one in particular who I've gotten to know better recently, but that's because he's starting a church plant and we're actually joining the church plant. So we'll be part of a new church starting this summer. That's like stemming from within the current church I'm at.
Okay, so I'm gonna need all four of those names. Segment next week, I'm gonna have you blind rank those four pastors, and we're gonna get special.
I got you. One of them, one of our pastors' name is Danny Casleone. I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but I told a friend that once, and he was like, Danny Casleone is not a pastor's name. That is like a mid-major shooter name who has a moment in March. And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty
I
good
could
point.
see it being second team All-American East for the Bryant Bulldogs for sure. Easily.
Can I share some news with y'all?
Hell yeah, you can. This is your day. Wait, hold on. Can I guess?
You probably won't be able to get it right, but go for it.
God, I don't want to guess anymore.
I feel like we need like the producer tag, like sirens, like Riley has breaking news.
Well, I'm kind of doing the reverse Carter here and over promising and under delivering.
Nice.
I'm going to be in Milwaukee next week, and I wanted to have this bit that's like, I'm in the Midwest. I'm like a 20-minute drive from Kalamazoo, maybe 40-minute drive from Ferndale. Y'all can come pull up, right? Like, come see me.
That's a good bit. It's a good bit.
You need to have a day in Milwaukee, Greg. You're going to have to provide him with the recommendations.
Look, I love Milwaukee. I've said this is my favorite city on the planet, and I stand by that. There's no place I would rather go for like a 2 to 3 day weekend than Milwaukee with the kiddos. Bring the dog if possible. I'm assuming you're not bringing the dog, right, Riley?
No, I'm going solo. It's for like a crew national conference, so would love for Natalie and Theo to join, but would just be a lot of money, pretty much. So, just because, yeah, there's certain things that are covered, certain things that are not. But I'll be there for 8 days, and it's a really long conference. I kind of think Milwaukee, this will be my second time going. I think you see and experience all that you need to do within 3 days, kind of like you said, Greg, the long weekend. That being said, we do have access to Marquette's Rec Center, so I will be playing a lot of basketball in the house that Shaka Smart built. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to during the free time and everything. But I think Kevin Sweeney might come visit. But of course, Chicago is like truly a lot closer than where y'all are. But
Wait. The implication here is that Kevin Sweeney might come visit you on a crew trip to Milwaukee.
correct. Because it's an 8-day conference. There's like sessions in the morning, sessions in the evening, but you have a lot of free time during the day. So that's where I hit up Sweeney. I was like, yo, I'll be here a whole week if you want to come pull up for a day, go grab a meal or something.
I don't think Kevin Sweeney's listening to this, but on the off chance that he is, I'd like to go on record that Kevin Sweeney will not be coming to visit you.
You think he's going to go
close? Not even close to come visit. And honestly, might not answer your text.
Sweeney, you gotta answer the call here. Don't leave me hanging.
We'll
This
see.
is like is is, is Sweeney Mike Posnering me? Is that what you're saying, Greg?
No, I don't think Sweeney's hooking up with Natalie on a boat while you're
Okay.
at the
Okay,
conference.
that was
I
not
think
what I was
like,
trying to imply.
hey, I mean, Cooler Than Me dropped 6 days before, man. I don't blame any party involved. I really don't. Yeah, just totally different situations, man.
I
I'm
was
trying to think of
going
the biblical Sweeney, right? Like, is Sweeney Joseph in our whole metaphor? Is he's not Judas, is he?
No, I'm trying I think hold on, let me get in my bag here for a
He's
second.
built like an Abraham.
So, okay, this is in the book of Acts, I believe, or maybe it's Galatians. Some
That's not
in
real.
Axe body spray?
Yeah.
What?
ACTS, the Acts of the Apostles.
Oh, the acts. Like, okay, acting.
So somewhere along the way, the apostle Peter is flicking up with the Gentiles, but when the Jews come back around, he's trying to disassociate with them, acting like he's too good for them, and Paul rebukes him for it. Are you saying Sweeney is the Peter here who's like on the side texting me like, yeah, I'll come pull up to Milwaukee, we'll hang out, we'll get a beer or something, and really he's trying to dodge me when push comes to shove.
Yeah, I think that applies. Yeah.
Okay, so we found a biblical metaphor. There we
Yeah.
go. Good
Biblical
work.
metaphor. I'm gonna move on to the YouTube comment because I need to, but just to make something unequivocally clear here, you said the what deals, the G deals on the Peters? What is that first part again?
Gentile.
The Gentile is about the Apostle Peter.
Thank you, Carter L's up. YouTube comment of the day.
Okay, sounds good. Round two, updated Vegas Sleepers Got Talent odds.
Ooh, let's go.
So round one, just to remind everyone, Eli plus 250, Vinay plus 450, Zach plus 550, Michael plus 600, Tristan 750, Luca 1250, Jay Hart 1500, Jay Money 30 to 1, Jack Hill 35 to 1, D Turk 40 to 1, and Aiden 75 to 1.
Hey, those odds were pretty good. Looking back on who was eliminated, he kind of nailed it. The only surprising one, Aiden at the lowest odds. Booby's still very much in the competition.
Yeah, and round two updated. We have Eli at 7 to 1. We have Vinay at 3 to 1. Zach eliminated. Michael 55 to 1. I'm sorry. Is that how you say it, G? When it's plus 550, is it 55 to 1?
Yeah,
No,
correct.
it
Yep.
is. That's right.
No, excuse me. Plus 550 would be 5.5 to 1.
Five and you're right. Okay. So Michael is 5.5 to 1. Tristan 3.5 to 1. Jay Hart 12.5 to 1. Jay Money 25 to 1. Jack Hill eliminated. D Terp eliminated. Aiden 8 to 1. Big flip from how it opened.
Big
Four,
rise for Aiden, yeah.
four of the five early favorites make up the top four after two rounds. Eli drops back some, but remains in the top four. Aiden makes a huge jump from 75 to 1 to 8 to 1, and Jay Hart and Jay Money hold steady as long shots, respectively. Outside of Zach, my round one odds were fairly accurate after two rounds of action. I will update these odds throughout the contest. Shout out to JG Bama Baller on that.
Hey, doing the Lord's work with this bit. We now go live to Riley Davis, who, reminder, will have a say in who is ultimately hired because one of the upcoming rounds of Sleepers Got Talent, once we whittle this down a little more, the fate of the contestants will be in the hands of Riley, Ralph, and Dion, while Carter and I have no say and just have to sit back and watch them eliminate some of our beloved contestants. So, Riley, your early thoughts. I know you've watched every minute of Sleepers Got Talent. You've sent us some feedback privately. Tell the people where you're at with these competitors.
So I've loved Vinay. I thought he nailed the first audition tape. His graphic looked great. A really nice touch that I texted y'all on the side that I don't know if you realized initially the colors that he used for the core five of us on that graphic for our March predictions corresponded with the teams that we cheer for. I thought that was a great touch. I noticed that. I was like, ooh, that's a little Carolina blue around me. Ooh, we got some maize around G. We got some scarlet around Ralph, even Mr. I only cheer for to be right. I don't cheer for a team, but still, Ralph got his Scarlet on there, and so Vinay has really impressed me. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff that I just want to say, Booby. He's don't get too comfortable if you're Vinay or Eli or Michael. Just know that Booby is lurking. Like that man is he is like a jaguar stalking prey, hiding in the tall grass right now, but he could strike at any moment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, jaguars don't hide in tall grass. They're more open field animals, Riley.
Are they really?
Yeah,
I think they can hide in swamps
that's completely.
and they jump out of the swamp.
Now you might have, you know, the man upstairs locked down, but when it comes to ecosystems, you need a brushing up, my friend.
I forgot that you are like the animal kingdom
He's
connoisseur.
not. He just says he
I'm it's
is.
Animal Planet, but yes, I am.
Oh, Cart, you crack me up, man. Cart, do you want to add anything to this on Sleepers Got Talent right now? Are you happy with our contestants? Do you have a favorite right now?
Nope, no favors. Just don't get too comfortable because we will cut your ass.
The only thing I'd like to add, how do you think current socials guy Jay Hart feels at this point? I mean,
He
he's
doesn't
being
know. He doesn't
treated.
know what. He doesn't even know if he's still in
He
yet.
doesn't, but he's being treated like our feedback on the episodes has not been kind to Jay Hart. I think the public people that are setting the odds for this are putting Jay Hart as the biggest long shot in the competition. Like he currently works for us, Cart, and the implication here is just that we found five candidates that could improve things for us beyond what Jay Hart's currently doing. I'm hoping this lights a fire under him, but I don't know. What do you think, Cart?
I mean, it was supposed to light a fire under him, and all it did was send him to Wyoming.
It's not great. It's
Yeah,
not, it's
yeah,
not great.
but hey, who he don't doubt the kid is all I'll say. I still got. He also has a half sleeve, so we can't let that go unnoticed.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like we have a cycle where like Jay Hart's about to become our guy, I think. And Guy's about to graduate and go away. And then now we're gonna have a new Jay Hart. But Jay Hart's still in the fold because he's Guy.
Right.
It's like honestly, there's a lot of people becoming other people.
Right. Jay Hart's in the cycle, but part of his cycle is that I think he's currently in the luteal phase.
Yeah, I could see that. Also, Jay Hart could still win this competition, but Jay Hart, you need to get home from vacation and show us. That's our challenge to you. Do you guys think, speaking of other people being other people, do you think we could do a full episode of O'Reilly Friday impersonating each other the whole episode?
Yeah, I think that
I
would
think
actually
you
be
two
pretty
certainly
good.
could. I could not know.
Who would you assign us the roles of if we were doing that?
Okay, let me think.
I think we could do it, Cart.
I think I have to imitate Greg. Greg has to imitate Carter. Carter has to imitate me.
I think that's probably the right play.
Good call. I thought Riley was going to say I should imitate Dion, and I was about to pull out a mean Racismo card. Mean Racismo card.
Can we move to the Discord?
Let's move to the Discord. I love that my comments are the basing off point of moving us to the next segment. That's what my role is. We are going to get to the comments. Everyone, actually, we got a Discord. We read comments from the Discord. Do whatever you want with it.
For the free, baby.
For the free, hashtag for the free. Riley, you stand with us on the for the free movement, don't you?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
I was listening to I guess it's Wednesday show this morning at the gym, and speaking of comments, there was a couple things y'all said about how me drop some weight on myself. I was doing squats when Cart's YouTube comment was just "Thank you, Carter, else up." That was like that's like that I might keep tabs on Carter moments of the month. That's the early favorite for July.
Let's go.
But yeah,
Thank you for giving me the respect I deserve.
I
We're
got
gonna
you.
start today with T Steffi, who says, "Hey guys, if you could have a walk-up song whenever you entered a room, what would it be?" It would change all the time for me. That's the thing. I wouldn't want to have the same one.
Right now, mine would be "When I'm Gone" by Eminem.
What song is that?
Have you ever loved someone so much you'd give an awful?
That's the song that plays when you walk into a room.
Yeah, you get the intro with like Haley Jade laughing on the swing set, then Eminem comes in over the beat. Yeah, I want that as my walk-up song right now.
I can't tell if this is going to be judged positively or negatively, but the first thing that came to mind for me is "Closer" by the Chainsmokers.
Oh, baby,
Pull me closer in the backseat
of
of-
your robe. That's a bang. Okay, so when Riley walks into a room, an Eminem song is playing. When Greg walks into a room, a Chainsmoker song plays.
Mhm.
Um, where do I want to go here? Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
It's the most disingenuous thing that's ever been said in show history.
Okay, yeah, it would. Honestly, currently it would be either Went Legit by G Herbo or Circadian Rhythm by Drake would be the two I would pick.
Wow, going back to Circadian
Yeah, because I
July,
feel
huh?
like that song needs to get more respect and it doesn't get the one it deserves because of that little Kung Fu Kenny pipsqueak. Malik Perry, Happy Riley Friday, best sleepers day of the week. Have to ruin Bible study. How can Seth Trimble not be one or two for your team?
I just think I
Did I
think
miss this? Are you not a Seth Trimble guy now? What
no,
happened?
am I a Seth Trimble guy? Come on now, I got the
It's
shirt
fake.
on.
He's a fake Seth Trimble guy.
I
So
am
what,
not a fake Seth
Carter, this
Trimble
is what
guy.
happened. We did a big 30-minute conversation about North Carolina scrimmages and practice footage and all this stuff. And Riley's doing the same thing he did last year, the same thing Carolina fans apparently do every year, where the shiny new toy is the best thing in the locker room. And they
Mhm.
don't even get excited about the returnees that have put the work into the program and gotten better and better and better. None of them believe Seth Trimble is going to be a top two player on the team. They think Caleb Wilson is the superstar this year, and he's like Ian Jackson, but better. And then they think Luga Bokovac is the second guy. And Seth just needs to keep being himself, and hopefully the rest of the pieces around him are even better.
Is this Riley? Is this true?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, G.
That sounds good. This
Wait,
is a
Carl, where do you stand on it though? Because I was adamant that Seth's the best player on this team, and like maybe first team All ACC and breakout year.
I mean, Seth's for sure gonna be one or two, one or two. Like I think, but like if you want to play the what is the best version of Carolina scenario, maybe like the NBA talent's the best player on the team, and like Seth Trimble's like this unbelievable Robin. But like I don't think he falls anywhere outside the top two most productive players on the team when you're talking best players. Is that fair?
It's fair. I just think Bogovac is like the going to be the pure scorer who has the ball in his hands late shot clock situation more often than not.
Respect Trimble, sir.
I respect Trimble. I just don't. I think he's more of a third option, which maybe he exceeds expectations. I just think Bogovac and Wilson are going to be the guys who you're putting the ball in their hands in crunch time.
All right. Thanks Riley for the good burger recipe and support 2022 Fears tape. Hopefully he reaches that level soon.
Hey, can we wait for a second, boys? Because a 3 minute Adai Mara highlight reel just dropped.
Where?
The UM Hoops official Twitter account.
From like highlights from practice?
Yeah, he's busting everyone's ass.
G, did you watch my Riley Everyday on Michigan?
I did. It was incredible. I'm sorry. I should have thrown you a retweet, but I was golfing at the time and I forgot all about it.
It's okay, but I was just gonna say, you heard it here first on Riley Everyday that I predicted today Mara seizes the starting five spot for Merez.
Carr, he looks nasty in this.
Okay, well I'm getting past the first two. I'm trying to get to the highlights when he's nasty. The first two clips are him doing like pick and roll wide open drills and he just dunks the ball.
Yeah, my bad. You
I'm
didn't
getting
you
to the
didn't see the one where he's putting the ball on the deck and throwing a one-handed pass through traffic.
I'm
You didn't
getting
see the one where he
to that
spins
part.
baseline on Merez. You didn't see any of this?
I'm getting
Got
to
it.
that part now.
Okay, I know I forgot. Anything you see from any Michigan player
No,
is
that
wildly
baseline
unimpressive to you.
that baseline spin was nasty.
No, I forgot.
G?
No Michigan player has impressed Carter in a calendar year. So I forgot.
Okay, that pass was nasty.
I'm just trying to watch it, man.
My bad. My
You
bad.
are so defensive about your guys.
My bad, Cart. They're just empty gym stuff. Nothing.
We
I expected more from your reaction, but they are nice. Anyways, we got to get in and out of here. Let's see. Hate hearing someone passing Michael Madsen. May you rest in peace, a unique actor. Rest in peace to Michael Madsen. Now for another actor getting their star, Keith David. When I say this dude is long overdue, like man, Hollywood is weird. Are you guys Hollywood star people?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, either am I. Sorry, man, Malik. Let's see here. Malik to end the flurry. Any weekend plans, fellas?
Travel to Milwaukee on Saturday. Do something fun tomorrow morning with my family as like a last hurrah.
That's
Gregory?
fun. What was the question? Am I doing anything this summer?
No, any weekend plans?
Oh, yeah. My best friend, one of my best friends, Spencer Rosecrans from college, is visiting with his wife and daughters.
Hey, we got Rose. I feel like Rosecrans is long overdue for a visit.
I haven't seen Spence Bays, my 4-year college roommate, one of my best friends ever. I haven't seen him in like 2.5 years, longest we've gone without seeing each other since college. So yeah, we're hosting them. They're pulling up to the Cribbo, getting the kids together, which is great. And then I have a big golf match Sunday morning at 7 a.m. for money.
A Met with who?
It's me and Nam versus Nam's best friend that I told you about, who's very good and pays people to play him in golf.
Yeah.
And Nam's brother. We're going to Angels, the course I shot a 79 at. I'm getting 10 strokes from Taylor, 7:09 tee time, and there might be $500 on the line.
My word.
Yeah, it's a big weekend.
You might have to stream that. Let's see what else we got here. Moving on. Fam, who says, also an avid chess player with a national title to his name. Who the beep is Jessica? Okay, I'm moving on here. Let's get to the show. Happy Bless Friday. Y'all know how we rock. For the panel, who is your Wimbledon champion prediction on both the men's and women's side? G, you have to go last so the other two can't steal your answer. Preferred order on this will be Bluffs, Cart, G. I know Cart knows ball.
It's Sinner in golf.
Coco Gauff, who was eliminated in the first round of Wimbledon this year.
Yeah, she's coming back.
Good
Okay,
work.
It's a
got it.
new rule they're tweaking to let her back in it.
Got it.
So I want to say Carlos for the men, but I had this weird inkling that Djokovic is just gonna piss me off and somehow win it all, like it, and just be a dickhead about it. On the women's side, I really don't. Honestly, now that she beat Saba, I might as well go with Amanda to win it now that she beat her. So I'll go with Amanda.
Would be big for Americans. A lot of major wins this year if Amanda can pull it off at Wimbledon. It's big that Joker has to go through Sinner in the semi. Like that's a big break for the third guy, Carlos, on the opposite side, who can kind of like chill through the semi and save his body. I'll bet Carlos to win every tennis tournament for the rest of his life. Anytime Carlos is playing, I will be picking him to win. He's won Wimbledon 2 straight times. And I'm telling you all right now, eye to eye, this is the truth. If Carlos is playing Yannick in the final, Yannick wants zero part of it. He does not want the smoke. It's a mental hurdle for him. Yannick will beat every other tennis player on earth every single match they play, but Carlos has that dude's number. You're going to need Carlos to get upset for Yannick to win this tournament, and I don't think it's going to happen. On the women's side, I would have picked Saba, and Saba lost today, so I don't even want to act like I have a different pick, but probably Iga. Iga is the best player left in the tournament.
There. Now we're moving on to All Hail the Pope, 8-time champ, who has a little bit of a thing here. Flurry, I guess I would say. What college basketball coach do you think would be the best at running a talk show?
Great question. Will Wade, he's always instigating and saying dweeby stuff that seems to play well with the audience. So yeah, I'll give it to Willie Wade.
I think you got to have like a little bit of a cool factor in order to pull off like the Kimmel approach here. I don't have a great answer off the top of my head though. Like who's the most likable guy?
See, like I think Drew's very likable, but I wouldn't want him to run the talk show.
I feel like young Bill Self could have done it, but maybe
What
not
about
old
Scott? You
Bill
think Scott
Self.
Drew would be good at it?
Scott Drew would be solid, yeah.
And he just looks like a talk show host. Uh, I hate I hate college basketball coach. You would trust to date your daughter?
Dusty May. Dusty May would always bring her home on time, give me a firm handshake, and then, I mean, he'd be a demon when I'm not in the room, though. That's for sure.
That's absolutely insane. Oh my. Okay. I would go with. Sorry, I'm looking up this current salary for college basketball. Bill Self could date my daughter.
Because money.
Yeah.
Jerome Tang. Okay.
Drum tank for you.
hmm
Um. Let's see here. G, I know you're the lowest on low, and with Pope saying he can fix his inefficiency, Carton Riley, who are you the most down on Kentucky?
Jasper, too skinny. A lot of bodies in the backcourt. Don't know if he's going to make much of an impact this year.
Brandon Garrison.
That's a good
Riley,
one.
tell me you have Kentucky in your top 5 most exciting teams to watch this year since Greg and Carter don't.
I probably do without thinking about it much. Yeah, I'll give the nod to them. I love Kentucky's jerseys, so that alone, just the aesthetically pleasing component of it, always makes them big contenders for me. And I'm really fascinated to see how all the new pieces mesh, particularly like Yelovich and Quaintance are two guys who I've kind of been high on from the first time I've watched them, like long before either of them have got to Kentucky. And yeah, want to see what my guy Colin Chandler can do in year two as well.
Fair enough. War Chant. Torvik rankings are so swingy for computer-based rankings. When I think of rankings where you use a computer to calculate, I think of the most likely outcomes. It doesn't seem like his rankings deal in the most likely outcomes. In the case of Illinois, last year floor projection, this year ceiling, Illinois is pretty easy to predict. Very few times have I ever been surprised on what kind of team they have. I think in general, Ken Palm is more accurate. I think all predictive analytics models have their downfalls. It's just, does it fit your agenda and what you want to think or not?
Yeah, I like Kim Pond's better. Just his come out later in the offseason, so there's a little more data to go into it. With Torvix, it just seems like, I mean, y'all did the segment on it. It's a lot of stuff still needs to be corrected.
Yeah, and like take Tyrese Proctor off Duke. Last one, Steve Nash. Long day of takes. I get it, but don't cut corners. Quick thought: Flag will be a better college player, but DeBance's game translates way better to the NBA.
I think it translates in the sense that if you want an ISO scorer with size, yeah, he definitely has the higher ceiling in terms of that. But I think Flag skill set just allows him to fit in truly any lineup. That I think there's zero bust potential for Flag. I think there's almost zero bust potential for AJ. But I guess there's a world where AJ would. I guess I could see the bottom falling out for AJ more easily than I can for Flag.
Me too. I think Dallas would rather have Cooper Flag than DeBonsa. Like they need somebody in between a couple other superstars and that like. But if you're starting from scratch for the Washington Wizards, I can see why you might want DeBonsa first. I will say I think this is true, and I don't know what it would be like if they were all in the same class. The fact that DeBonsa is not the consensus best player in his class loses me a little bit. Like respectfully, Darren Peterson's good. I get it. So is Boozer. It's a good class. There was never a question that Cooper Flag was the best dude in that class. There are massive questions about whether AJ DeBonsa's first, second, third. Where's he going to fit in at BYU? You had none of that with Coop. So it loses me a little bit. I understand if you plucked AJ and put him in Coop's spot, maybe we feel different. But I think if you put Coop in this class, we're not debating if Cooper's better than Darren Peterson. Respectfully. It's just like that dude's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate how people talk about Cooper like he's Chandler Parsons. That's where the plot loses me. That does it for the comments today. Thank you for everybody in the comments.
Good job, comments. Great job, everybody. Cart, should we hear a word from our first sponsor?
Our Lord and Savior.
Our first sponsor is the Lord himself. Riley, what do you have for us today from God?
So this comes from Galatians 2:20. It says, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Just one of those passages that always comforts me, knowing that it truly is Christ's work in me, Jesus' righteousness that covers us, and the grace that forgives all of our mistakes. So go into the weekend knowing that truth. Sleepers, you have been awakened.
Wow, thank you. Riley, also, I've been workshopping this. Would you be comfortable if I called God G-O-D-D?
Probably not.
All right, thank you. Noted. Cart, should we hear a word from our second sponsor?
Yeah, who?
Our second sponsor is NBA 2K Lab, our favorite site on the internet. NBA 2K Lab makes incredibly fun mini games. It makes content centered around your favorite sports video games. NBA 2K, College Football 26 is out. Whatever you're looking for, they've got the builds, they've got the strategy on how to optimize your playing experience. And like I said, those mini games are fun. They got GeoGuessr games, some draft-based games that you can play. Go check it out, NBA2KLab.com. Thank you for sponsoring the show. And finally, Card, our third and newest sponsor. Let's hear a word from LabCorp On Demand. Today's video is sponsored by LabCorp On Demand. Card, be honest with me, my friend. Have you ever had your testosterone levels checked?
No. I always figured I didn't need to unless something felt seriously wrong.
Well, that's the thing. Low testosterone doesn't always hit you like a truck. It creeps up on you through things like low energy, brain fog, irritability, trouble sleeping, weight gain, and even low libido. And I know you struggle with most of those things, but most guys just chalk that up to stress or getting older.
So you're saying it's actually possible something's off and we just don't know it?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And that's why I love what today's video sponsor, LabCorp On Demand, is doing. With their men's health tests, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, including total testosterone, without even going to the doctor. All you have to do is purchase your test, provide a sample at a LabCorp service center, and your sample will be collected using the same methods as your doctor. No need to even prick your own finger.
Wait. So there's no doctor's appointments at all.
No, you can purchase the test directly from LabCorp On Demand. Plus, testing is performed at LabCorp's CAP accredited CLIA certified clinical laboratories, the same kind used by doctors, processing about 3 million samples every week. That way, you know you're getting real, accurate results.
So that's all good and well, but how fast do the results actually come in?
As early as the next day, you'll get an email when they're ready, and you can view them online through your LabCorp patient account. The results are super easy to read. And if something requires urgent attention, LabCorp may even contact you by phone.
Man, I didn't even realize how much testosterone levels can affect stuff like mood, focus, and energy. And no one really talks about it unless it's extreme.
I know, but even subtle changes can impact your day to day life. And getting tested now can help you catch issues before they become bigger problems, especially if you're in your 30s or 40s and starting to feel off.
Man. So if someone who's been feeling more tired than usual or just not quite themselves, this could be the check-in that you need.
Definitely. And right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, kind of empowering to have this info about your body.
Take the guesswork out of your health and go check it out.
Topic number one today, Riley Davis, please put us in the car and drive.
Greg, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You have recently discovered that you don't hate flying as much, correct?
I think so, yeah.
So what do you do when you feel that pressure, the air pressure when you're ascending into the clouds?
Just ask for another Jack and diet.
All right, good answer, good answer. Cart, what about you when you jump into the water, when you're jumping into the pool for the first time, how do you deal with the pressure of the water?
Racist.
How is that racist?
You think Car can't swim?
No. I think Cart can
I
swim.
was getting over my fear of flying and Car can't jump in a pool.
Oh, no, right. So that for me, it's mental. Like, and also at the same time, like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I'm too big and too complete of a swimmer and player to like plug my nose when I jump into the pool. I got a son, right? Like, what do I look like doing that?
I figure I knew you'd be able to handle that well. This topic of pressure gets us into the first segment, in which, G, do you have a musical number prepared for us as I requested?
I didn't know this was just on me. I thought this was combined both of us.
I can feel the pressure. All right, we are talking about pressure. We are talking about the coaches who are feeling the most pressure league by league today. I want to go through the Power Five. And this doesn't necessarily have to be hot seat guys with questions about their job. It can be just guys who have that pressure to win this year, even if their job is safe for a variety of reasons.
Also crazy move to choose the Paramore pressure song instead of Under Pressure.
See, I thought Under Pressure would be too obvious. Like the Paramore song is low key
I get
slow.
it. I get what we're
It's
doing.
forgotten
Okay.
about because it's old
Are,
school Paramore.
are we doing coaches only? Are we doing anyone in college basketball? How do you want to do this?
It's coaches only.
Coaches only and conference by conference? Is that the way to approach this?
Yep. So we'll start in the ACC. The top three coaches feeling pressure for a variety of reasons.
I like it. Okay. All right. ACC. First name that comes to mind. Carter, go.
Hubert.
Hubert was my
Yes.
first name as well.
Hubert. Yeah, it's gotta be Hubert. Honestly, I feel like this ACC is kind of easy. Can I jump in and just say all three who it is? I feel like
Please
I
do.
feel like I know it.
Yeah, go ahead.
One's for sure Pat Kelsey. A lot of talk. A lot of talk. Didn't win a tournament game last year. Team's extremely talented. ACC is a little bit better too, so they're not going to be able to just beat up on the Boston colleges every single week, week in and week out.
Mhm.
They're going to have to, deliver on their end. High transfer class, high recruit, Michael Brown, a lot of hype. The L's are up everywhere. I mean, I'm one of the main proponents of the L throwing. I think that puts a lot of pressure on Kelsey, even though it is only year two.
Mhm. And did you have a third?
The third one, I think there's a lot of pressure on the fans who have to subject themselves to watching the ACC. No, probably Will Wade. I don't know.
Wade, I don't think Wade will feel the pressure in year one. I think he's got to deliver
Yeah,
some.
kind of early.
the bottom can't fall. I actually had Kelsey number two. I had Hubert one. Anytime you're a blue blood coach on the hot seat, I think you got to be number one. But Kelsey, I don't think the expectation is to just win a tournament game this year. If you get your first NCAA tournament win and then you go lose in the round of 32, that's still a letdown with the resources that are going into this roster with the talent. I think maybe you talk yourself into a Sweet 16 as a successful year. I kind of think he needs to get to the Elite Eight. And that's a lot of pressure to get that done in a month in a tournament that's really random. But my number three was Micah Shrewsbury, just because I'm like, this is the year. You got Marcus Burton back when most people probably thought he was going to portal. You bring in Jalen Harrelson. You got to show me something here, or else that 1 year at Penn State looks really fluky.
That's probably good. I was also gonna say honorable mention, maybe like Forbes. Like eventually, like when are they gonna be like, all right, this I mean the roster's not that great, I don't think, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's okay. But like eventually, like when are they gonna be like, all right, this experiment's over?
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you on Forbes. I just think Wake to me is like not really relevant to where I'm like they couldn't quite crack the top three.
Okay, I mean I like that three.
Can I add two sneaky ones here?
Of
Yeah,
course you
please do.
can, Greg.
Okay, number one, I think John Shire is somewhere close to this
Ooh,
list.
pressure, right? Okay.
Just in the sense of like, if this keeps going, and they were great last year. We know they were great last year. They're going to be good this year. But like, the more years he gets under his belt, the deeper we get into the Shire era without him actually doing the deed, I think it starts to become a real talking point. And last year was so good, it kind of didn't matter. They still made the Final Four. It felt like there was progression. If this year feels like a step backward from that, I think there's going to be some conversations, and that's probably in the back of his mind.
I have that thought with Shire too. My only pushback is that getting a Final Four gets you at least a few years of grace, I think. But I still have that thought that I perceive that if you can't get a title with either Cooper Flag or Cam Boozer or get a little bit closer than you were last year, I could definitely see him seeing pressure, not this year, but the following year.
I'll also just add this. This is a weird way to look at it, but like I think the state of the ACC almost puts more pressure on Shire
Hmm.
because now you don't even get credit for dominating this conference anymore.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just like
true.
everybody stinks. What are you going to do outside of it?
Hmm.
And then I want to add, I think Jay Lucas at Miami, given the high profile nature of his hire and leaving Duke, the decision he made, if he goes to Miami and in year one they win 7 games again, I think everyone's gonna be like, dude, what an idiot this was. What a
Yeah.
horrible hire.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shout. Shall I move on to y'all's league and talk Big Ten?
Let's do it.
Yes.
This was the one I kind of had the toughest with. Like Diebler was the one hot seat guy, but at the same time, it's like I don't think anybody really expects much out of Diebler. If they can him, I trust Ohio State to hire a good coach. I almost lean Painter as number one, even though there's no job security. I just think this is a roster that has to get to the Final Four, and like I've been saying, they need to get a national title with this group. That's a lot of pressure.
I do think there's a lot of pressure just even in the bubble of like in the last 2 years with Braden Smith. Let's say they underperform, they leave with no banners. Like so. I mean, it's welcome pressure because you're so good, but there is a lot of pressure on them to do good.
Right, right.
They will, but like there's definitely pressure.
He's mostly killed the demons is the only thing I would say. Like I would have said 2 years ago, unquestionably it's Painter if they were this good and he was still like the March failure guy. He backed up the title run with a Sweet 16 in like a quote unquote off year. Like he's kind of I don't know. Barring like losing in the first round of this tournament, I don't think there's much that's going to come his way as long as they win a couple games in March. But I hear it. Like this team's good enough; they should have pressure. I have a pretty easy three for me here. Number one, Danny Sprinkle. Year one sucked. Year two, you've actually built a great roster. Everyone thinks Hans is incredible. Mandequit made the Team USA team. You pulled both guys from Musselman from USC. Like
Mhm.
Washington's roster is probably top four in the league. And Sprinkle's whole Great Osobor experiment sucked. Like if they're bad, if they miss the tournament with this roster, everyone's going to be like, Sprinkle's terrible.
Mhm.
He has to be good this year. Quickly on the other two, Darren DeVries. I think by default, anyone that takes the Indiana job is on this list. There is such a microscope on you at all times. And if Darren DeVries has an iffy first year with that personality, everyone's going to hate him. Lastly, Steve Peichel off of the Rutgers experiment last year, this guy's going to lose his job if they don't have a bounce back
Mhm.
year.
That's good. That's a good call. I like those three.
I had DeVries at number two. Twinsky. We were locked in on
It's-
that one.
Yeah. Deal with
Sorry.
it, Cart. Yeah.
Can we fly through the Big East? This was one I'm just like, this league sucks this year
Yeah, I had
outside of
DeVries there
UConn.
too.
Kevin Willard.
Will Actually a good shout. I went with Cooley number one just because this is year three at Georgetown and they've sucked and he's accumulated some former high profile guys. I don't know how any of them fit together, but he's got to be at least competitive and on the bubble this year, I think.
I like that call too.
That's a
I
good
would.
one. I'm trying
Oh,
to
go
think
ahead,
of.
Cart.
No, I was just trying to make sure we're not. You think Kim English has any pressure at Providence like that? Like, say what you want about what Cooley was doing there. He had them like at least tournament bound in some really good years. Like, I feel like the sell on Kim English was he was gonna like carry that same torch, and they've been not good.
Yep. Kim English was my number two for the same reasons. They've had some high profile guys as well who have just sucked. Yeah, locked
Third,
in.
Linsky, we back.
How about Big 12?
Wes Miller, like eventually, brother.
Yeah,
Come on
Wes.
now.
I did this research for Riley every day. 18 and 44 against Kim Palm top 75 opponents at Cincinnati.
That's insane.
And like six of those wins are against UCF. Six of the 18 wins.
That's truly crazy. Also, shout out to O'Reilly. Things you need to know. O'Reilly video that I saw. Scott Drew's for sure on there.
I think, yeah, Drew might be my number one just because like they just have been so underwhelming since winning the national championship and the roster there aside from Yesufu. I'm like, I like the pieces, but a lot has to go right to get them back to the standard that they looked like they were forming from what 2018 through 2021.
Yeah. Is it fair to put the third person on this list as Bill Self?
Self was in contention for me for sure. You have any thoughts, G?
No, I don't have any.
I think Bill Self's definitely up there. He's got to be.
Yeah, let's throw Self in there then with Drew, Miller, and Self. Lastly, SEC. I had a tough time coming up with more than one for this one, but
Pressure SEC.
Yeah, the
I,
SEC guys are all pretty established.
mhm.
well, I think naturally, I feel like Texas, right? Like, what's Miller? He'll have some pressure.
Yeah, I think Sean Miller should have some pressure to be good in year one.
I feel like Porter is still like in job fearing mode.
Porter was the second name I came up with, especially because I sneakily love the Oklahoma roster, and that scares me.
Yeah, same. Um, I'm trying. Honestly, it's really hard. I feel like the SEC is pretty like. I mean, Pope is like has no pressure. Like, does he have Kentucky pressure? Just honestly,
Uh,
Cal might be up there, like Arkansas. Like,
Cal was my number one. You have had a lot of questions about your postseason success for almost 5 years. I think over 5 years now, actually. Year one was really underwhelming, especially considering the talent and the five stars you brought in, the transfers you landed. And I think there's pressure just because you return some good pieces, make some splashes with Malik Ewan, among others. And yeah, you got to get it done. You got to show some progress in year two.
yeah, I think that's a good. I think let's go. Let's go. One Cal, two Miller, three.
Moser?
I want to add that Lamont Paris is going to lose his job, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
but
that's even
Does
pressure.
he have pressure though?
No, he just knows he's going to lose his job.
Yeah, let's
We're going to move on to the next segment, Cart. Topic two, Cart. Do you want to introduce this one? I cut you off in segment one.
no, I need to know what's Buckets 12 up to right now? Is he deep in the trenches?
Why? Why do you ask that?
Because I feel like anytime we get a big drop from Mr. Burkhart with some good film, I feel like I lose you a little bit, and I don't want to lose
Oh,
you.
no, I'm here. Sorry. I was just creating the Bleacher Report room that I create every day while we're in the middle of doing the topics that I come up with in the shows that I produce that I send to our guy that you just sit on and show
Okay,
up.
okay. Let me play peacemaker here and get us back on track. I'm giving a little layup for any Sleepers Got Talent contestants out there. You don't even have to do this. This is an extra credit opportunity with making a graphic for this because I think it'll do crazy numbers. We're going to talk the 2026 way too early lottery. So we're going to make our
I like
NBA
it.
picks, and we're just going to go snake draft style.
I like it. Who's picking where?
Uh, Carter, you get one. G, you get two. I get three.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pick AJ DeBansa.
I'll pick Cam Boozer.
I'll go DP. And then at number 4, I'm going Caleb
Pause.
Wilson.
You said what? Caleb Wilson at 4?
Yeah, Darren Peterson at 3.
A great value for Greg coming back at 4 or whatever he's at here. That's
Yeah,
our
I really don't want to pick Nate Ament though. That's not who you're talking about, is it, Cart?
no.
Who am I missing? Oh, Michael Brown at 5. Thank you.
Blessed be the fruit. Um, all right, now back to me. I guess I'm gonna take Nate Ament and I will take Carter Knox.
Whoa. I didn't even have him on my list of returners who would be considered, but
Yeah,
Right.
okay. All right, sure. Sure, why not? I get it. Okay. Tunde Yesufu.
I wanted Yesufu. Okay, let me see. Oh man, I got a decision to make here. Chris
I'm
Sinak.
I'm pissed.
And after Sinak, so what pick are we at? To recap how it's
We're
gone
at
so
pick 10. Pick 10 right now.
okay. Pick 10, I'm gonna take Koa Pete at pick
That's the
10.
right pick. I wanted him at 11, and I should have taken him at 7, to be honest. Great value for Koa, 10. I would pick Jaden Quaintance here at 11, except I heard his voice, so not going to do that. Um, Give me Darius Acuff.
That feels appropriate for Acuff.
Okay.
That's at that's at 11. So Cart, you have 12 and 13.
Hmm.
And then I get 14, and then the lottery's done, right?
Unfortunately, I might extend it to 15. Giannis went pick 15, so out of respect to him, we'll go 15 picks.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Braylon Mullins
Mullins is on my board. I think that's a really good pick.
and I'm gonna take Bennett Sturts because I'm taking the Charlotte Hornets project here. I'm getting some safe floor guys.
I like that. All right, I'll take Yaxel at 14.
Hmm. Man, Horns jokes. Let's see. At pick 15, I'm taking Hans Steinbach. I don't care if it's a reach. I've identified my guy. I'm the Brooklyn Nets. Let's say I got 4 more of these things, and I'm gonna get my guy.
Wow.
So to recap our top 15 picks, we had AJ DeBanza 1, Cam Boozer 2, Darren Peterson 3, Caleb Wilson 4,
Reach.
Michael Brown 5, Nate Ament 6, Carter Knox 7, Tunde Yesufu 8, Chris Sinak 9, Koa Pete 10, Darius Acuff 11, Braylon Mullins 12, Bennett Sturts 13, Yaxel Lindeborg 14, Hans Steinbach 15. Any names that you are like, oh, they could have gone here, or maybe it was a reach here that you haven't already said with Caleb Wilson, which I don't think was a reach,
I
but
think we did a good job. I would like to know how many out of the 14, not to snub your 15th, but if we just viewed this as the actual lottery, how many of those 14 do we think end up in the lottery a year from now?
7.
I bet at least 10. I think that's like the consensus group.
I don't think Knox gets there. I don't know. Sturts feels like the draft Twitter darling who NBA teams just can't get there with. Mullins might fall, but at the same time, I think Mullins is a 6'6", 40% movement shooter who's going to average 15 a game for UConn, so I think he's safe. Koa Pete, honestly, I like Koa Pete at 10, but I wonder if he's not the biggest dude and was an early bloomer to where I could see him maybe falling, because there's going to be some foreign guys. Like, I haven't really watched Kareem Lopez much, but he seems to be high up in a bunch of mock drafts. Dash Daniels as well, Dame Sarr. Of course, Sarr will be playing in college, but I think any of those were the guys I'm like, could end up knocking out some of the guys who we just chose because they're our guys.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that. That was
Love,
fun.
love
Also, can't wait to see which one of our Sleepers Got Talent contestants watches the full episodes or not. That'll be fun.
that is good. That's a good poll.
Topic 3 today, Riley Davis. What do we have?
All right, topic 3. We got to give a little homage to the meme. The worst person you know just made a great point. Dan Dockich. He tweeted about college basketball summer league, and he was hashing out what this might look like. So he had a tweet saying that Indiana, Kentucky, Duke, and Auburn should play at either Gamebridge or Rupp. I don't know how Auburn gets in there. Like, why Auburn? Is it because he and Bruce Pearl have similar politics? I don't know.
Yes.
That's all I could think of. But so I wanted to hash this out. I have a couple parameters here where we each can get one rank pool if we want to nix a team to get some of these invitationals. But I wanted to at least hash out our equivalent to a Salt Lake City Invitational and then our equivalent to the California Classic. And then maybe we'll do some best of the rest if we have time.
So we're inventing two summer leagues.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
So I'm pulling rank on the first one. Our first summer league, it's in Florida, Jacksonville preferably, and it's the negative classic. So I want coaches that all have beef to be in that classic.
tell me what teams are making it then.
So we got Kentucky, Louisville in
Hmm.
there for sure. We also put BYU in there, and then we put Arkansas, and there's our negativity classic.
See, my only thing with that, with BYU, I wanted to give them the Salt Lake City Invitational. Like, I wanted to
Mm.
do that and center it around BYU. That felt on brand for us. It's kind of analogous to Summer League. So you said but if we already have Kentucky, Louisville,
Well, just
Ark,
just sub BYU out and put USC in there. And I know there's no connection, but Muss is just naturally negative. He'll antagonize
mm,
everybody there. And could you imagine a Muss Pat Kelsey matchup
ooh.
in a high stakes game? Talk about two little gladiators battling it out.
I actually think Muss is a perfect Summer League addition. He feels like this is the kind of path where he's choosing, where he's looking to get back right to that coach who made three consecutive second weekends, and he wins Summer League against these Titans because he's the one who's taking it the most seriously. And let's be real, there aren't many USC fans to hype it up, but we probably will. I'm
Mhm.
going to be on here saying Rodney Rice was the best guard in the portal, and they're about to win the Big Ten. And then we look dumb when they go 19 and 15.
It'd be so much fun too.
Two little gladiators is cracking me up. That's so funny.
Two little gladiators battling it out. All right. What's our Salt Lake City Classic look like, Riley? BYU, obviously, correct?
Yeah, so I was looking at the teams in this one. They have the Jazz, the Sixers, Grizzlies, and Thunder who were in it this past year. So with the Jazz, the Utah representative, we have BYU. Thunder, I want the champ in there. I'm putting Florida in there with them. But then I was trying to think what teams sort of mirror the Sixers and the Grizzlies. The Sixers would be like, who's the team who has the tortured superstar who you never know what you're going to get out of them? The Grizzlies, is there, I think we're putting Michigan State as the Grizzlies. Zach Randolph history, grit and grind, Izzo. I want Michigan State in the Salt Lake
Yeah.
City Invitational.
I have a joke that I can't make.
Yeah, you can't. I know you can't. You can't. Absolutely not. Um, okay, I like the two choices. So you have BYU, Florida in there. The other two teams we will put in there though, tortured superstar.
If
Superstar
only
being tortured.
can Hunter Dickinson come back for summer league and just play with Kansas again?
Yes, I like that.
Kansas TBT team can be in there. And it'd be Kevin McCullough too. It's all the tortured stars of Bill Self can be
This
up.
feels that actually feels like it would work because there's always one of these summer leagues. I think it's the California Classic where the Hornets would always play the Chinese national team. So
Yeah.
you have non-NBA teams who compete. I like the Kansas TBT team. I think we should throw Michigan State in there. I'm open to other suggestions though.
I mean, if we're still looking for a tortured superstar, just wait till January and ask Caleb Wilson.
All right, we don't need to. That's enough shots at my
That was
king.
pretty
I'm
good.
sorry. All I heard in my ear was the joke I want to make on repeat, so I got angry that I can't make it.
Let's throw Duke. You know what? Let's throw Duke in there. Just because I
I'm
want
pulling
to
I'm
get
pulling
some.
rank and kicking Duke out. We don't need any more Duke love.
What?
But
They have enough propaganda. They're gonna opt out of summer league.
we could have flipped the California Classic into the Carolina Classic and just had like Duke, Carolina, and a couple other invites.
No,
That'd be fun.
it'd be Duke, NC State, UNC Wilmington,
And High Point.
and
Shout out
High
to
Point.
shout out to Kyle Siddle. All right, so look, okay, Riley, pull rank. Give us the final list here.
All right. So for the Salt Lake City Invitational, we have BYU, Florida, the Kansas TBT team, and Michigan State.
I just
Uh,
love just Hunter Dickinson just gets to go.
we have the Haters Classic, which is USC, Louisville, Kentucky, and Arkansas. And then we have the Carolina Classic, which is Duke, NC State, High Point, and UNC Wilmington.
Gotcha.
Oh boy. I feel like we made the game worse today, gentlemen. One big thing presented by God and NBA 2K Lab and Lab Corp On Demand. Honestly, I just realized we could combine NBA 2K Lab Corp On Demand.
That's pretty fire,
That is
honestly.
pretty good.
Whoa. Riley, go ahead, go first.
Do y'all ever have these moments where you get a little nostalgic and you think, man, I wish we were doing the pod back then and we could react to this together?
Yeah, often.
Sometimes I think about this because I think Carter's the only one who got to get married while doing the show. We've all had kids during the show, which has been nice. A lot of times I think about how fun it would have been to be doing content when Roy Williams was still my coach and I didn't get in a bad mood really easily. But one thing I realized recently, remember the song by Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later, featuring
Of
Lil
course.
Durk?
Yes.
Remember when that music video came out? It was like
Baby.
all 2020.
Hmm.
I think we would have done a whole segment reacting to that music video in the middle of COVID. And I don't know if it would have gotten more than 300 views, but we would have had a lot of fun doing it.
It's good. That's a good pull.
Where do
That
the
is-
sleepers be at when they say we're doing all this and all that?
I'm a little that. I mean,
I want the channel relax.
that's,
Boy in the club. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
um,
Please do not review that basket because we do not listen to rats.
come on now. All right, I'm about to get going. My one big thing today is that, oh man, I really don't know where to go with this. I guess I'll go with this. I think that batteries should be universal.
Oh, like
It's
it.
it's kind of annoying that there's AAA, there's D's, there's single. Like now you got them little like Riley, you probably know the name of them, but the little saucer
I
shaped
think
batteries.
9 volts, maybe? I
Of
can't
course
remember
you
what
do.
they're called.
But like yeah, like that, like just two, like let's just make someone out there just make a universal battery. Like Benjamin Franklin didn't die for this shit. Get up there and make it happen.
I like that cart. I like it. I like it. Thanks for putting the battery industry on notice today. My one big thing is
Yeah.
that I'm currently in the writing process of another rap, and I just want Riley to be warned that there's a sequence where I rhyme cuticles with pharmaceuticals, and I'm really proud of that.
That's pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. We'll be back next week. Everybody have a good weekend.